16 beginning with a couple of arch rivals renewing hostilities. The Argonauts are back home after an impressive win over the BC Lions, while the Tiger Cats hope to make it 3 straight wins and keep their playoff hopes alive. It's time to get Friday Night Football fired up on TSN.
It's Friday, coast to coast, the Super Valley's Cannons game, where we're all pumped up to party, and we're ready for a fight. Come on, get back, relax, watch some Friday Night Football before you feel bad. When the CFL football game is up for grabs, it's Friday Night Football tonight.
Mitchell coming off another great performance last week, 299 yards, 2 TDs. He has taken care of the ball well as of late, too. Just 1 INT in his last 3 games. But this man would like to make his night miserable. Wynton McManus, what a sight for Argo fans. The veteran linebacker returns after missing the last 6 games with that groin injury. Break out the toothpicks. It is time for Friday Night Football. Also, breaking news, Bo Levi Mitchell showing up in the Boveralls again.
It is. Yes.
So if you're betting at home, I'm just saying you might want to look at the tabbies. Kate Burness alongside Jim Barker, David Sanchez, Milt Stiegel as we get set for a double dip. We've got the Stamps and the Riders coming up tonight as well. JB, key matchups in this game.
Wow, a must-win for Hamilton. It doesn't get better than this. Chad Kelly's ability to read defense against the master, Chris Jones, and those turnovers. He's going to line up 7 guys on the line and rush 3 and drop the rest. He's going to line up 3 and rush 7. He's going to give him a lot of different looks, and Kelly's got to be able to do that without turning the ball over.
That Argos defense, the previous 2 games before the big win at BC, they were giving up almost 35 points a game. And those 2 losses, it was Chad's legs, to me, that kind of gave him that boost to start the BC game. Hey, Jim, if Chris gives a bunch of different looks, he'll use his legs and take off and try to get out of that. That's the key for me. Chad Kelly's legs against those Argos backers, try to bring him down.
And you mentioned it, Coach. This is a must-win for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. They have to understand this is not a regular season.
No.
This is a playoff game, because if they lose this game, they're not mathematically out of it, but the math they need, it ain't math. And that math ain't math. And so they better have a sense of urgency, come out and say, we need to win. There's no tomorrow. And it's all on that guy, Bo Levi Mitchell. If he can get it done, I think they win this game. It won't be an easy task, but if he plays well, they'll have another opportunity to get into the playoffs.
Coach, I can't believe you didn't pick an O-line matchup.
No.
Is that the first time in key matchup history
Well, I
you
so
didn't
wanted
do
to.
that? I know you did.
He's trying to change up his
I know. You're bringing down the depth chart beforehand. You're like, okay, who's facing who?
I know. How is it not Flo? Bordner. I mean, those tackles for Hamilton are in tough.
Yeah, you opened up the door, Kate, and you see what happened.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize to the fans at home.
Give me an inch.
Meanwhile, I don't remember the last time in Week 16 where every single team was still around in the postseason picture. Hopefully starts out with a great one. We're going to get you to BMO Field right after this.
The rivalry resumes on the shores of Lake Ontario. It is the 3rd and final meeting of the season between the Hamilton Tiger Cats and the Toronto Argonauts. The Ticats have won the series of the season, but they need to make it a clean sweep going forward in order to have a chance to stay in the Eastern playoff race. Big change among them for Hamilton at running back. James Butler is back in with the injury to Greg Bell.
Yeah, Greg Bell had played the last 4 games for Hamilton. Butler not hurt. They like Bell's explosiveness, but still love what Butler can contribute, particularly as a receiver. This is a guy who's still got something to contribute to this Tiger Cat offense. And returning to the lineup on the other side, trying to shut down James Butler, none other than Wynton McManus. He's got his game face on. The Argos middle linebacker, heart and soul of that D, makes his return tonight.
He's all smiles, too. Big bounce back game for Ryan Dinwiddie's team last week in Vancouver after that brutal loss in Ottawa the week before. And they can all but clinch a playoff spot tonight with a win, which would all but eliminate Scott Milanovic's Ticats from an East Division playoff spot if they lose. In fact, their better odds even right now would be a crossover. Even that is a long shot. It's just about must-win time for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, who've won 2 in a row, including one against the Argonauts on Labor Day with an impressive start in that one. Jumping out of Deontay McMahon. Janarian Grant is injured. He is on the one game, so McMahon will be handling more of the return duties tonight. Chad Kelly. The bounce-back game in Vancouver for him and the Argonauts. 2-2 since his return to the Argo lineup.
Yeah, after falling behind early, struggling in the first half a couple of weeks ago against Ottawa, as you mentioned. Tremendous rebound for Kelly and the Argonauts as a whole out in Vancouver last weekend.
McMahon's return, taking the Argos to start from their 39. Toronto 7-6 coming in on the run. Canadian Carey, the third leading rusher in the Canadian Football League, and a first down right out of the gate for that Argonaut offense.
An offensive line anchored by their top man from a year ago, right tackle Dejon Allen. Among that skill group, keep an eye on Mackay Polk. We get to see a couple of the top first-year receivers in the CFL here tonight in Polk and Hamilton's Shamar Bridges,
who happen to be good friends from their time together at Baltimore Ravens training camp. The first down of the Argo 52, back to 25. Canadian Carey, who is working it well down to the Hamilton 50 with two good carries to start off this game.
Yeah, a challenge for the Hamilton defense tonight without one of their leaders from his D tackle spot, Casey Sales. We'll see a little bit more of Trevon Mason in his place. Jonathan Moxey also out of the lineup at the nickel linebacker spot. Carthel Flowers-Lloyd amongst those who will take snaps in his place. The secondary, led by the former Toronto Argonaut Jamal Peters. He's playing the boundary corner, leads the way with 4 interceptions so far this year.
And Deontay McMahon is in at running back now for the Argos. He has the ball. His first carry of this young game, and he picks up a couple of yards. That's all he needed. This will be very close to another Argonaut first down. Working it on the ground so far this possession.
We've seen Hamilton since Chris Jones took over often playing with 3-man fronts, a little bit light in the box and so on. And I think the Argos trying to force them out of that by running the ball early.
Jones taking over as a defensive coordinator essentially after being let go by the Edmonton Elks. Now Dan Adebaboye, 3 different running backs in this opening possession for the Argos, as he has a good carry to take it to about the Hamilton 42. And a second and short coming up.
Yeah, certainly depth at the running back position for the Toronto Argonauts, and Carey, McMahon, and of course the Canadian Daniel Adebaboye.
Toronto kid in his 3rd year out of Bryant University. Got a lot of touches late last season. Little play action fake on that second down and short. Kelly to throw for the first time if he can. He's getting chased. Tosses it off. Just a short one down to the 40. It's incomplete. So we have a 3rd down coming up now. That one would have been shy of a first down intended for David Ungerer.
Yeah, Kelly forced out of the pocket. Here, good push from that Hamilton defensive line, the former Argo Dwayne Hendricks. Narrowly missing Kelly. Tries to dump it off to Ungerer there along the sidelines, but as much as anything, just avoiding the sack, protecting the field position.
Liram Hiralahu is out. He'll be trying one just inside the 50. His longest of the season is 51. 38 of 41 on the season for Hiralahu, his first year back in the CFL since 2019. The ex-Ticat puts it through for the Argos. So one possession, a few running plays, and the Argos on the board first. Bo Levi Mitchell's had a lot of success against the Argos. He and Hamilton 2-0 against Toronto, trying to keep it going on a Friday night in Toronto. It was 6 weeks ago that Bo Levi Mitchell was benched for Taylor Powell, and then the next game he came back in, and he's been rolling since then, Dwayne, especially against the Argos last time on Labor Day. Great performance, a couple of big strikes to Tim White early. Yeah, certainly one of his best games of the year, and obviously good to see he and Tim White connecting. Positive sign for Ticat fans. Bo Levi Mitchell certainly settling right back in to that starting role for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, having led them to back-to-back.
victories.
They put 21 points up on the board in the first quarter in that last meeting with Toronto. Throwing right away. And getting it is Keandre Smith. He has it outside the Hamilton 45. It'll be a second and short coming up.
Offensively for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, they allowed the fewest sacks in the league. A lot of credit going to their center, David Beard, for getting them into the right protection schemes. Big game for Stephen Dunbar last week. Season highs with 8 catches, 151 yards through the air for the University of Houston product, now in his second stint in black and gold.
James Butler, the running back. He was number 1 starting the season, then Greg Bell took over. A fake to him. It's tossed off to big Giovanni Robinson with the high hurdle there over Benji Franklin. Across midfield, Robinson and a first down for Hamilton.
And Giovanni Robinson from his tight end spot, just quick release to the flat. Takes his high center of gravity even higher.
And wasn't basketball his first love, his first big sport?
Told us in college he scored about half his points on dunks.
Certainly is great vertical in the Argonauts. Quickly again to Stephen Dunbar. Yeah, big game against Ottawa last week for 150 yards receiving and a touchdown for Hamilton.
Yeah, watch Dunbar working in from the outside. He's just going to come underneath. Picks up a couple of nice blocks there. Taking it north-south. A pickup of about 8.
They get right down to a second and short. 1 yard to go. Right at the 45 of Toronto. And on the short yardage again, Antti Milanovic Litre. We see him in that role many times, and he does have easily enough to pick up that first down for Hamilton.
Defensively for the Toronto Argonauts, you heard Jim Barker talk about their strength at D-tackle. Ralph Hawley, 3 sacks last week. We'll also see Jared Brinkman back in the lineup in that tackle rotation. Fraser Sopik enjoying a terrific season from his will linebacker spot among the Argo leaders in defensive plays. Now, after going through some different folks at that boundary halfback spot, Robert Priester has started the last couple there.
Litre gets the first down. There's James Butler's first carry in 6 weeks. His last game 6 weeks ago against the Montreal Alouettes, and since then, the last month has been Greg Bell.
Yeah, we mentioned Greg Bell having played the last 4 games for Hamilton. You know, just the Ticats, you think about their struggles early in the season, it wasn't anything that Butler did wrong. He had played quite well for them. But Butler maybe offers them a little bit more in terms of a big play threat for a team that felt they were really needing that at the time. But James Butler certainly a reliable and productive CFL back.
Despite the time away, he's still their leading rusher at 440 yards, plus that, picking up 7. Second down, and running again is Litre. And not a second or third and short this time, and trying to punch it out coming in as Royce Metier, but not until the first down yardage was already gained, and the sticks will move for the Ticats, approaching the Argo 30-yard line.
Well, Litre, former Calgary Stampeder, runs into a couple of former teammates on this one. Winton McManus, Royce Metier, part of the strength up the middle for the Toronto Argonauts defense, giving it to their old friend.
Ticats trailing by 3, but in this opening possession, the offense looking very good, moving it down to the 30. Mitchell wants to throw, escapes the pocket, and he does take off, and he doesn't slide. Coming in, one of his ex-teammates, you mentioned Winton McManus coming in there. They were together with the Stampeders, and Mitchell picks up about 6 yards.
And there you see Bo's career numbers against the Toronto Argonauts, certainly hoping the trend continues. Tonight, great success for the Ticat QB against the Double Blue. Obviously, much of that built during his time as a Calgary Stampeder.
Winton McManus back in the Argo lineup after a lot of time away with injury. Just the 12th time this season that Mitchell has run. Quickly throwing. It is caught. First catch of the night for Shamar Bridges. In his first year in the CFL, has another first down. They're down to the Argo 15.
Bridges, who for much of the first half of the season kind of emerged as a go-to guy for Bo Mitchell, big target.
From the 15, faking the handoff. And then off for James Tuck and a little bit far. There was pressure coming right in on Mitchell. Had to get rid of it quickly and just missed his fullback Tuck.
Yeah, Flora Rimolade coming off that edge, top of your screen. Going to come tight off the corner and get pressure right away on Mitchell. As soon as he turns his head, he's got to get rid of that football. Having to accelerate that motion, just slightly overthrowing the fullback. Tuck, you needed Giovanni Robinson's arms out there on that one. Little extra reach.
So a second down and 10 at the Argo 15 for Mitchell and the Ticats. Throw knocked away nicely. Tavares McFadden on Bridges, who for a moment there looked like he wanted a call, but McFadden just reaching in front of Bridges and able to knock that one away.
Yeah, watch Bridges out wide on this one. Basically going to post up in front of the corner. McFadden makes a nice play on this one to get a hand in there, arriving what appeared to be at the same time as the football.
So Mark Leggio comes on now to see if they can tie this one up. Leggio, 28 of 33, and a couple of misses last week, 2 for 4 against the Red Blacks. Enjoying a solid season otherwise, and puts that through 1 for 1 in the night. Leggio. Kelly took him down. They got a field goal. Ticats went right back. They got one as well. 3-3 score. First quarter, BMO Field. Chad Kelly, rough one in Ottawa a couple of weeks ago when he threw 4 interceptions. 2 of them went for Red Black touchdowns, but did bounce back to win in that victory by the Argos over the BC Lions last week.
Yeah, and it's definitely a response that the Toronto Argonauts needed to see from their team as a whole, but most specifically from their quarterback. You know, he rebounded, I thought, fairly well even in the second half in Ottawa, but they had just dug themselves in such a hole with the first half struggles in that ball game, but definitely built on that last week.
Carries running well, another first down. This Argo ground game, this is just their second possession, but they've been making it work. It's in the Ticat zone already, down to the Hamilton 50 after that big pickup by Carey.
Yeah, you take a look defensively. The Argos, or the Ticats rather, playing with those 3 linemen. The Argos were able to get double teams inside, take advantage of that, get some movement on those 3 guys. Kareem Carey, the beneficiary.
Here we are in the first quarter, second possession. Kareem Carey, 3 carries for 41 yards. That longest to 20, a first and 10, Hamilton 50. This time on the sweep. Deontay McMahon is running with it. He gets it inside the Ticat 45. Another good pickup. And yes, Dwayne, as you talked about, they have 3 running backs, and they've all had touches so far in this game.
Yeah, keeping those running backs fresh. They're just giving the Ticats a steady dose of that ground game. Try and wear them out early in this one.
They've run 7 plays on offense. 6 of them have been rushes. And the one pass, just a short attempt that went incomplete. So Kelly sharing the ball with the running backs right now. Back on the ground for Carey. Bounces off a tackle. Works it down to the 40, which is where he had to get for another first down. Depending on the spot, looks like he's got another first down here. Well, they spot it back a little bit, actually, about a yard back. So third down and short coming up. Kelly stays in and quickly, and whistles blow. It seemed like
we're going to redo the play. It was not blown in.
I'm going to say they were blowing that play dead even as the ball was being snapped. They weren't quite ready to go.
A simple quarterback sneak. The first time I see it Deontay McMahon checking into the lineup for Kadeem Carey. I'd be curious to see if he brought a different play with him.
The referee is Tom Valesi, and you can hear his instructions for the Argos there. Wait for the whistle in. Here's Kelly. And as said, he had to get to the 40. Didn't need much. Ticats think they stopped them there. So, as always, we wait to see where they're going to put the football down here.
A slightly different look in terms of the approach to the line of scrimmage, but same play. Argos just wedging it up the middle with the quarterback to move the sticks.
It is enough. Kelly does get the first down, and they keep moving. They are to the Hamilton 40 right now. Both of these offenses so far certainly demonstrating an ability to move the ball. A lot of it to the Argos on the ground, bouncing off one, but nowhere to go. Dwayne Hendricks among those. Ticats to pretty well stop McMahon in his tracks. Ex-Argo Dwayne Hendricks.
Yeah, certainly a Tiger Cat defensive line group that's heavy in former Argos. Yeah. Look at Hendricks, Brandon Barlow, Deontay Knight in that rotation as well. Seen Benoit Marion at times this season. He's not dressed for this one.
So McMahon gets a couple of yards. Second down and 8 at the Hamlin 38 Kelly. That one is completed to Mackay Polk. No, it isn't. It's incomplete. So it's a third down and long coming up here now. An incomplete pass.
And Polk makes a lunging effort to come back to the football. Here, just pushing up towards the first down marker, trying to fight back under the defender. Nice play there by the linebacker, Ray Wilborn, who got a hand on that football, making the first-year receiver's life difficult.
So Hyra is 1 for 1 in the night, and this one will be about 44 yards away for the Argo kicker. Put down by John Haggerty. It's drifting left. It's off the upright. Dead ball off the left upright for Hyra, who misses the chance to put the Argos up by 3 again. Doesn't miss often. That was just the 4th time this season. Still a 3-3 tie, first quarter. Late here in the first at BMO. I'd like to take this moment to inform you that Crave presents the next chapter in the Batman saga, starring Academy Award nominee Colin Farrell, the Penguin. An HBO original limited series streaming now only on Crave.
Is it true that you were in the running for that role?
No, but I would have loved to have been. I was a big fan of, remember Burgess Meredith in the original Batman series? The greatest Penguin. Danny DeVito wasn't bad either. 3-3 the score after the missed field goal try by Hyra and the Argos. Hamilton ball. They've moved it well so far. Here's a deep look. And it falls incomplete, intended for Bridges, and Robert Priester was there.
Yeah, Ticats had receivers at various levels. You'll see it as you look down the left side of the field, running back in the flat. Robinson on the cross. Bridges deep. Looked like Bridges got his head around just a little bit late. Was unable to break off his route in time to get to that ball.
So after starting 4 for 4, goalie by Mitchell now incomplete in his last 3 tries. It's a 2nd and 10 now at the Hamilton 30. Tim White, James Butler in motion. 3 receivers to the right, looking that way. It is caught. Brendan O'Leary-Orange, who spins, and that spin and the extra couple of yards is enough to get it to first down for Hamilton. The sticks move up around the 42.
Yeah, O'Leary-Orange, another big target, signed in free agency from Winnipeg. There you see him coming underneath into traffic, bounces off the first tackle to fight for that first down yardage.
Litre and Butler both in the backfield. On this 1st and 10, faking to Litre, tossing to Butler, upended by Benji Franklin. And essentially no gain on that first down play.
Yeah, looking for a little misdirection with the 2-back set. In the backfield, you see Litre go right to left. Butler coming around, but Franklin from his corner position. Stepping up to make that tackle. Great run support from his corner position.
Last play of the opening quarter coming up here now. Actually a loss of about a half yard. Back to the 41. Again looking off to the right. And a short one there to O'Leary. Orange tiptoes down the sideline. Nicely done after the catch to stay in bounds and pick up a first down. Another one near midfield for the Ticats. The third and final regular season meeting between these Ontario rivals. We're all even at 3 through the first 15. Close game, 3-3 through the first 15. Hamilton won the 2 previous meetings by just a field goal, and you can see in terms of net yards, it's a very close one here, and much more important one, though, Dwayne, for the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Yeah, well, the thing that really jumps out when you look at it is those rushing yards. Obviously, for the Toronto Argonauts, no question what their game plan has been out of the gate. Trying to wear the Tiger Cats down early, take advantage of some of the things that Hamilton has had success with defensively through their first couple games. But now, up to these 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of success early in their CFL careers. Just take a look at the numbers. Best record after 21 career starts. Jackie Parker, Edmonton legend at 19-2, and then you have Bo and Kelly not far behind at 17-4.
Yeah, a couple of guys who obviously great to start their careers. Kelly winning MOP in just his second year in the league, first year as a starter. Much talk, obviously, early in Bo's career about his great success as a Calgary Stampeder.
So here's Bo now, first and 10, Hamilton 54, Derek Parrish in there on the tackle of Butler after next to nothing for the Hamilton running back. But yeah, Bo, we talked about it in his early years with the Stampeders, where at it depends on the number of games you're looking at. At one point, he had the most wins in history after a set number of games, I believe after 60 games.
Yeah, great start. Chad Kelly last season chasing that CFL record of 16 wins in a season with the Toronto Argonauts. They fell just short.
Second and 9 now after that yard pickup by Butler in this 3-3 tie. Midfield. And good job protecting Mitchell. The Hamilton line. They send it off. Now it's checked down to Butler, who does get it to the 50, but nowhere near enough for a first down. So it looks like Nick Constantino, the Ticat punter, will be coming on.
Yeah, Argo defense applying some pressure there. You see David Unger heading back. Gengenary and Grant out of the lineup. Unger contributing as a punt returner here.
He's done it before, this role, with both the Ticats and the Argos. Started his career with Hamilton up against his old team, and there's that one there. As the Ticats will once again start deeper, or excuse me, the Argos coming in to start deeper in their own zone. Kelly's first start back a month ago against Saskatchewan here at BMO. And then a loss Labor Day in Hamilton, and then a loss where he threw 4 interceptions, 2 returned by Damon Webb for touchdowns in Ottawa, but then a bounce back, turning it around, and a big win over the Lions at BC Place last week. From the 17. Kelly to throw. We're trying to find a target. Has lots of time. He chucks it deep. Oh, not quite. Caught for a moment. Coming down, it does hit the turf. That was Mackay Polk, the intended target, and very nearly a big play for Toronto.
Yeah, I love the nonverbal communication here. You see Kelly, once he scrambles, waves Polk deep. He takes off after previously settling down. Great elevation to go up and get that ball. And I think you'll see it trapped beside his leg just as he hits the turf. Oh! You know what? I think he kept that ball off the turf.
What's does it for long enough now.
Yeah, that's the debate as his arm got pulled away from his body a bit at the end.
Well, no challenge by the Argos. 4 receivers off to the right. Kelly. He's running at a time now, but he had some. The flag comes out. It's intercepted. There is a flag. Katsantonis has the ball. And depending on who it's against, this could be huge for the Ticats now. Stavros Katsantonis.
Toronto number 59. That penalty be declined. The result of the play is an interception. First down, Hamilton.
And the first interception of the season for veteran Stavros Katsantonis. As Kelly threw it back into the flow, and the Hamilton safety was there to take it. First turnover of this game, and it has set up the Ticats nicely. 3-3 tie.
All glory to God. Let's go. Okay. Love you.
Well, the Bakersfield Bandit, as he was known during his days at UBC, Stavros Katsantonis, the safety, the beneficiary of this forced error by Chad Kelly under pressure. Commits the cardinal sin, throwing it back across his body towards the middle of the field. Katsantonis makes him pay.
And here they come in the red zone. Hamilton now to first down. Butler. He's taken down after a pickup of about 3 yards. Isaac D'Arcangelo coming in to make that tackle for Toronto. Another look at that interception.
And newcomer Mario Kendricks, hot in pursuit of Kelly. He's just trying to make something happen there, rather than getting out of bounds or throwing it away. And it proves costly.
And that was the 7th interception thrown by Chad Kelly, and this is 5th game of the season. 2nd and 7 now at the Argo 16 for Bo Levi Mitchell, standing in, takes a look to the back of the end zone. It is caught.
He came down on
and
the line.
Just went out. But we have a flag as well back in the Ticat backfield.
Roughing the passer, Toronto number 97. Half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
Derek Parrish is flagged for roughing the passer on what would have been an incomplete pass.
Yeah, and bear in mind, officials aren't judging intent. They're just judging sort of when and where the hit happens. Parrish gets thrown off by the tackle, Brendan Bordner. As he falls off his legs, take out Bo Levi Mitchell's legs, and he's penalized.
He doesn't like it. Argo fans don't like it, but the bottom line is first and goal down at the 8 for Mitchell. Pressure coming, gets rid of it. Robinson, touchdown Hamilton. Big Giovanni Robinson, left open, down inside the 5, takes it in for his 2nd CFL touchdown.
Yeah, Robinson left wide open on this one. The former BC Lion, global draft pick on the left side of the line. He's just going to hook up underneath the goalposts. And you saw the confusion created there by various crossers underneath. Defenders couldn't sort it out fast enough.
So Mark Leggio for the point after to give the Ticats their first lead of this game. All made possible by the interception by Stavros Katsantonis. Points off the turnover, and Giovanni Robinson in his first year in the CFL. And he gets his 2nd touchdown on that first pick of the season by Katsantonis.
Yeah, big assist to Stavros on this one. Once again, it's a play that got it started. Kelly under pressure tries to force the throw. Katsantonis, always the opportunist, comes up with the INT. A couple plays later, big Giovanni Robinson. In for the score. Originally a BC Lions selection in the global draft a couple years back.
And we mentioned he loved to dunk a basketball. Coming originally from Jamaica, and basketball was his sport. Didn't play any high school football.
Yeah, got cut from the high school football team. But had some scouts along the way tell him, after watching him play basketball, basically by the way he plays, you should look at football. It seems to suit him pretty well right about now. He's been a good fit for the Tiger Cats.
Houston Texans have given him a look from the NFL as well. On the return, Deontay McMahon keeps his feet. Carthel Flowers Lloyd, last year's special teams tackles leader, ultimately taking McMahon down. So the Ticats desperately needing to win again. They've won 2 in a row. They won the season series of the Argos, but none of that matters right now. They need to win tonight to keep those slim playoff hopes in the East Division going. If they can win, they would sweep the season series and get within 2 games, 4 points of the Argos, who are currently in 3rd place in the East. And they got another big one in the East tomorrow between Montreal and Ottawa. That'll be a TD place in the nation's capital. You look at the numbers for Kelly. Slow passing out of the gate, and they've run the ball a lot, and they do again here, up shy of the 30. And Kadeem Carey, the running back.
Yeah, we talked coming out of the first quarter about the Argos' success on the ground in the opening 15 minutes. 61 yards on the ground. So we're doing a really good job moving the line of scrimmage.
On a 2nd and 4, the Argo 29 throwing. That's caught. Second completion of the night for Kelly, and the first catch for their leading receiver, DeMonte Coxie. But that is, it'll be 3rd down and short coming up here, just inches away.
Coxie from out wide is just going to curl this inside the hole. They only need a couple yards. Recognizing.
Well, a flag comes out late after Kelly had got the yardage he needed to move the sticks. See what the flag is all about. Kelly staying in these short yardage plays.
Offside. Hamilton. 5-yard penalty. Result will be a first down.
So the penalty benefits them more against Chris Jones's defense, and a first down for Toronto.
Great look there from the spider cam.
On first down, off to the right and open and caught to DeMaurice Daniels. Across midfield into the Ticat zone. First catch of the night for Daniels, and a first down Toronto.
Yeah, Hamilton goes 4-man front here, bringing Nick Usher back up on the line of scrimmage. Take one out of coverage. Creates a little bit more space. Slightly bigger windows into which to throw the football. And Kelly there, perfect. To one of his favorite targets from a year ago, DeMaurice Daniels.
An injured Ticat down on the field. We'll take a break and be back in a moment here at BMO. Here on the Sports Network. Well, we thought it was an injury to Ryan Baker. It turned out to be an equipment malfunction.
Yes. Blew a tire, so to speak. You see the sole ripping off the bottom of his shoe, so he's got to go to the backup pair.
He needs to take a break. And a 3-man rush by the Ticats on this 1st and 10. Kelly elects to slide just inside the 50 and does pick up about 3 or 4 more yards for the Argos in a 7-point hole now after the turnover. The interception led to a quick touchdown by Hamilton.
Yeah, this is, I thought, a big part of Chad Kelly's success in the game last week against the BC Lions was what he did with his legs. There were opportunities to tuck it and take off. Able to keep the defense honest with his athleticism.
2nd and 7. Again, just 3 rushing, so lots of time if Kelly could find a receiver. And finally looks deep down to the right and coming back catch and another first down. Another big catch there by Tavares Daniels.
Yeah, Hamilton, for the most part, with this three-man rush, has been able to create some pressure before receivers can get open against 9 men in coverage. Not so much this time. And even with 9, you can only cover for so long. Great protection, tons of time for Kelly. Tavares Daniels and Kelly on the same page. Kelly gets on the scramble, receiver on that side coming down towards the sideline to make the play.
All the way down to the 24 of the Ticats. It's Kevin Mittal, the rookie. One of their top draft picks. And Mittal gets it down inside the 15. And another first down for the Argos.
Yeah, big fan of Kevin Mittal's game. We've seen him in small doses with the Toronto Argonauts this season. He's caught the ball every time he has been targeted. Now 11 for 11. Big, strong, fast. Argos didn't need a Canadian receiver going into the draft, but at number 5 overall, they couldn't pass this guy up.
Out of the Laval Rouge-et-Or, and that, yes, 11 for 11 on those targets you mentioned, and that puts him over 100 receiving yards in his first CFL season. Had 95 going into that play, and the ex-Argo, Dwayne Hendricks, for the Ticats, is the one that is down and getting attention right now. But by the way, Tavares Daniels, we saw him with a couple of catches on the night, and big ones too. He's now gone over 6,000 yards in his career. You look at the active players, and he is leading the way over Geno Lewis and Reggie Begelton.
Yeah, you think about the fantastic start to Tavares Daniels' career. Rookie of the Year in Calgary. Almost surprising that last year was his first career 1,000-yard season.
It really was.
The Toronto Argonauts.
And it was, and then what a great year he had. And you talk about that Rookie of the Year. He got that in 2016 and playing only part of the season.
Yeah.
And went to the Grey Cup, that year, and then later won with Calgary, and then went to Edmonton before signing on with the Argos.
Yeah, has definitely found a home here in Toronto. He's really emerged as a veteran leader in that receiving group.
And his quarterback back in those Calgary days, of course.
Yes, sir.
Levi Mitchell. And they played, and I mentioned that Grey Cup in 2016. Not a good memory for either of them when they lost to the Ottawa Red Blacks on this very field nearly 8 years ago, BMO Field in Toronto.
Ernest Jackson.
In overtime. And right at the end zone where they're heading right now. Trying to get their first touchdown of this game. The Argos are. It's Mittal again. Breaks loose, and he gets inside the 5. Good work after the catch by the rookie, Kevin Mittal.
Yeah, and this is the thing that stands out about Mittal. His ability after the catch. Talking about a guy like 6'2", 225 pounds. He's built like a running back. Runs like a receiver, but you see him break a couple of tackles here, lower the shoulders into contact. Giving the Argos first and goal.
With Gideon Carey, the running back, faking to him. Kelly wanted to throw it instead. There's the Argonaut touchdown. Third rushing touchdown for Chad Kelly since coming back to the Argo lineup.
Kevin Mittal sets it up. Chad Kelly finishes it off. And good decision here. You worried it for a moment there like he might try and force a pass to somebody, but recognizes there's a path to the end zone. Gave a little pump fake, kept it, made his way to Pater.
And the point after for Hyrolau. So back and forth they go. As this game is tied once again. 9 plays, 87 yards in just under 5 minutes. The Argos opened the scoring with a field goal. Hamilton came back. Kelly thrown the pick, leading to a Hamilton touchdown. And then they drive back and score one of their own. 10-10 the score, second quarter.
Well, the Toronto Argonauts have their first touchdown of the game. Chad Kelly and Tavares Daniels got it started, connecting a couple of times, including chunk play on the scramble. And it was Kevin Mittal with a couple of quick hitters to set the Argos up on 1st and goal. And Chad Kelly did the rest. Scrambled to the middle to complete the 9-play, 87-yard drive.
And a slow start for Kelly throwing the ball, but 5 for 5 on that one. Ira Lau with the kickoff now in a 10-10 game. And it's Lawrence Woods who had a big kick return last week against Ottawa for a touchdown. Wynn McManus back in the Argo lineup tonight with more. Let's head down and say hello to Matthew Shinetti.
Yeah, it's been 2 months since Wynn McManus has been on the Argo sidelines, Rod, and I asked him at practice this week how excited he was, and he pointed back to this game last year where he had 2 picks on Taylor Powell and said he was excited to face his old teammate Bo Levi Mitchell and kind of mess with his eyes. Well, pregame, it wasn't a charm offensive. He wasn't trying to reintroduce himself kindly to his former teammate. He just was staring into the Ticats practice and their preparation pregame. And it is also Wynn McManus' birthday today. So I was trying to talk to him and wish him a happy birthday. He just looked at me and kept glowering over at the Ticats, Rod.
All business when that toothpick comes out of his mouth, Matthew. And yeah, happy birthday, Winton. The big 3-0, I understand.
Yes, sir.
Great addition he was to the Argos a couple of years ago after starting with the Stampeders. A teammate there of Bo Levi Mitchell's. And the Hamilton 25, 10-10 to score now. Under 6 minutes to go until halftime. Throwing deep and open and inside the Argo 50. And a big play to Keandre Smith.
Beautifully thrown ball by Bo Levi Mitchell. Terrific concentration by Keandre Smith. Smith lined up essentially as a tight end. Tight to the box, quick release to the inside and down the seam. Mitchell lays it in there. Battle of the Guelph Griffins between Smith and Royce Metier. Smith takes this round.
And already Hamilton coming back into the Argo zone. Trying to screen it off. Incomplete and ends up in the hands off the bounce of the aforementioned Wynton McManus.
Beautiful elevation, concentration on the football there for Keandre Smith.
Little chance to chat about it too. Metier afterwards. Dwayne mentioned both coming out of the Guelph Griffins program. So 2nd and 10 now. At the Argo 48. Mitchell slips right at midfield, and he can't get his footing back in time. And Jake Serezna moves into a tie with Sione Tuhema and his teammate Ralph Hawley for the CFL sacks lead. That is the 7th for Serezna.
Yeah, Serezna cleans up in the middle. Watch Falar and Arimolade off the edge, dip the shoulder, get underneath Jordan Murray. Forces Mitchell to step up, where Jake Serezna is there to finish it off.
So after one big play to get him in the Argo zone, the Ticats and Constantino will have to punt, and David Unger lets it take a hop. It rolls into the Argo end zone where he waits, and then he takes a knee and gives up the single point. So the Ticats regain the lead by a Rouge, 11-10.
The benefit of having a veteran guy like David Unger to pop in there. Is he a returner, understands situation, importance of field position, let that one go, give up the point in exchange for the yards.
We talked to Jake Serezna a couple of days ago just about was he aware of where he was in the sack race, if you will. And you know, I'm sure there's a little playful rivalry going on with his teammate Ralph Hawley right now. I said they're tied now for the lead at 7.
Yeah, that entire defensive line, obviously competitive group, deep group. But Serezna trying not to get too caught up in the numbers, but But yeah, you want to have bragging rights in the room for sure.
And on the carry by Kadeem Carey on first down. But it also talked to us about, it seems like an inordinate number of sacks coming from interior linemen on the defensive front. A lot of them, we talked about Micah Johnson before, and there's Jared Brinkman, who had 2 in his first game. He's been out a long time. But the Argos, that defense came up with 7 sacks at BC after getting 6 on the Lions back in week 1. 2nd and 7 now. Open is Mackay Polk, who breaks loose. And Polk has a good catch and run down inside the Ticat 40 now, with the 3-minute warning coming up here late in the first half, and one quick strike by the Argos, trailing by a point, but will have a chance to retake the lead late in the first half at BMO Field.
Coming up at the half, JB's going to give a lot of love to the Hamilton defense. Chesney likes how Chad Kelly's using his legs. Milt has no idea what he's talking about. And look who's here. Whoop, 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 whoop.
The son of Love Police!
Yay! You did it, JB.
I'm told Milt, as I recall, too, likes to come up with his idea just seconds before. Running again and running well is Kadeem Carey. Inside 3 minutes, he took a hit. His helmet came off, but he seems just fine, pointing, signaling that first down late in the half for the Argonauts.
Yeah, Argos getting back to that ground game that brought them such success early on in this one. Kadeem Carey just getting north-south. Little pop there from Ray Wilborn at the end of the play.
7 carries, 65 yards for him. He gets a breather, heads off, and it's back to Deontay McMahon, one of 3 Argo running backs that's had at least a carry tonight, as he picks up 4 or 5 more yards for Toronto.
Yeah, the Argos offensively pretty dedicated to that running back rotation tonight. Carey, McMahon, Daniel Adeboboye have all seen a steady diet of the rock.
As McMahon stays in the 2nd and 6, Kelly quickly gets it to Coxie, who gets it down to about the 12, and another first down for Toronto. Threatening late in this first half.
Well, Coxie and Kelly had such great chemistry last season for the Toronto Argonauts. Seem to have picked up where they left off with Kelly's return 4 games ago.
Down to the 12 now on a 1st and 10. Argos quickly again to Coxie. Inside the 10, inside the 5. Gets the ball down to around the 4-yard line. So close to another first down, and a late flag after the whistle is called. They were mixing it up a bit as Coxie got up. It's the referee, Tom Valesi.
After the play, 10-yard misconduct foul, Toronto number 86. Be a 10-yard penalty. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, you had a sense that's what was coming based on the timing of that flag going up. Looked like Coxie had sort of gotten in the last word, whatever word that was, directed at a Ticat defender.
So instead of nearly another first down, they get pushed back to a 2nd down, and about 12. They're back around the 14. As the crowd here at BMO letting the officials hear it.
Well, Coxie with his numbers pumped up in the last few games. He's climbed to the top of the stats board in many receiving categories for the Toronto Argonauts. Most importantly, catches and yards, but the big play being part of their MO, and the contested catches in which he takes so much pride.
Remember the Ticats late leaving the field. It's Ray Wilborn, linebacker.
Wilborn actually changing his shoes down there at field level now.
So here we go, 2nd and 12, 1:40 in the clock, still plenty of time for the Argos. Looking to retake the lead. Kelly, again, hardly a rush. Tosses to the end zone. Mackay Polk. Second straight week. Kelly hits Polk for a touchdown late in the first half. And that puts the Argos in front again.
Has been such a great story for the Toronto Argonauts this year. Coming in to compete in a deep receiving core. Left side of your screen. His quarterback steps up, he heads for the uprights, just finding an open space, giving Kelly a target. Early in the season, it was injuries that kept him on the roster. And he did enough with the opportunity to ensure that when everybody was healthy, he remained in the lineup.
So they go for 2, and they get 2 more. Easy does it for Deontay McMahon as they make it a 7-point lead with that 2-point conversion. And 1.5 minutes to go until halftime. The Argos back in front. Second straight week, that's 4 in the season.
Yeah, you see Mackay Polk come into the picture. Just went right there, gets himself into the quarterback's line of vision. He sees his quarterback under pressure. Nice execution on the 2-point play as well. Deontay McMahon from the backfield, free release to the flat. It's a little bit of a rub there from the receiver to ensure that he's wide open.
A little celebration between the two that got the scores from Kelly, Polk, and then McMahon. And Argos in front again. Mackay Polk, who's from the San Francisco Bay Area, his cousin, Darius Pickett, who he planned to reach out to after the injury to Pickett last week at the start of the game in Hamilton. Return. Just devastating news for the Red Blacks, by the way, about Pickett out for the season with that Achilles injury. But we did talk earlier about growing up in the Bay Area. Mackay Polk and Darius Pickett. And the Ticats down 7. At one point they had led by 7. It's been Toronto's game since then, and essentially a must-win. The math gets ridiculously daunting if they don't win this game tonight. It's caught by Bridges inside the 40 and hit afterwards there by McManus. 1:20 on the clock until halftime.
Yeah, we've mentioned along the way that Hamilton Tiger Cats, having won the first 2 games of this season series, Hamilton got out to good starts in those 2 games, built 17-point leads in both games and were able to go on to win, but the Argos never let them get out of reach in this one. In the early going.
Butler on the run, took a hit, but then picked up another yard or 2. It's a first down for Hamilton up to their 46, 1:06 on the clock. Scott Milanovich, first trip back here to Toronto as a head coach. Of course, coached the Argos 2012 through 2016. Pump fake, deep look, down the right. Oh, nearly caught. One hand up for Bridges, and good coverage, too, with Franklin there and Metier as well. But Bridges couldn't quite come down with the ball.
Yeah, I love the adjustment to the ball. Bridges just running down the rail here as the ball comes in. Bump on the defender and using his size and his reach to get a hand on that one, but just unable to pull it in.
interceptions in this first half. And that gets them closer to scoring position now inside the Toronto 45.
Bo airing this one out to the wide side. Smith doing a nice job coming back into the open space to get the rock and get out of bounds to stop the clock.
He's averaging 22 a catch. He has 3 catches and 3 targets for 66 yards. DeAndre Smith from the Argo 43 form that rush. Mitchell to the right, and he tucks that one into Tim White, a name we have just not talked about. His first catch in this game, but it's another big one. A first down is a couple of quick passing plays, and here comes Hamilton.
Yeah, watch Tim White coming out of the slot on this one. Number 3 receiver. Watch how Mitchell just drops it in between defenders.
19 yards on the first catch of the night for Tim White. Quickly, end zone, touchdown! DeAndre Smith, a flag is out. Back in the Ticat backfield. Back around where Mitchell got rid of it quickly to find Smith in the end zone.
Major foul, face mask. Hamilton, number 53. 15-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
But it is coming back on a face masking call against the left tackle, Brendan Bordner.
Now watch Bordner, the rookie, working against Rimolade on this one. You see the left hand got up around the face mask. He was the guy back at the line of scrimmage, concerned that the flag was on him.
Flags out. Some movement on the Ticat line with the Argos showing pressure.
Procedure, Hamilton, will be declined. Clock will start on my whistle.
And the last play is maybe in the head of Brendan Bordner. Still. Saw the early movement there with Jake Ceresna lined up over.
So it remains a 1st and 25 at the Argo 39. Complete underneath this time for DeAndre Smith. And Ceresna helping tie him up. There's 2 seconds left on the clock. They just wanted to get a little bit closer for a chance for Mark Leggio.
Yeah, you could hear the Ticat bench as Smith was sort of battling for yards there. Everybody yelling at him to get down while there was still time on the clock so they could get Leggio and the field goal unit out there.
So Leggio 1 for 1 on the night. A short one last time. This one, Constantino will put down shy of the 45 to get it to within 4 for halftime. Last play of the first half. And Leggio has enough leg and certainly accurate. Splits those uprights. So it does end with a score for the Ticats. Not the touchdown as it appeared they would have, but instead a field goal. But seen close games between these two, and it's a close one again. 4-point difference right now. But after Chad Kelly threw an interception, he has led a couple of touchdown drives with Kelly 10 of 14 for 133. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He scored 1 as well and is standing by now with Matthew Shinetti.
Well, Chad, I imagine when you look at your entire offensive lineup, you must love the depth that you have, that you can just go down the field.
Yeah, we preach about playing hard, working hard every day. It pays off in the games once we work hard in practice.
When you take a look at the second half, knowing that Chris Jones is good, that defense isn't going to break on you, and you take a look at this field right now, there's some slippage. What's the approach have to be?
Yeah, we just got to make sure we control our bodies, control our minds, control ourselves, and get ready to play a great second half.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you. Go Argos.
Well, Kate, the Argos are up 4, but there might be some excitement still left in the second half.
Matthew, an unbelievable first half. And I must say, I thought Paul LaPolice was the best dressed on the panel this evening. It is definitely one and only Matthew Shinetti. He's looking sharp in the glasses alongside Jim Barker, Davis Sanchez, Milt Stegall. We've got ourselves an 18-14 ball game. It was a great first half. What a way to kick off Friday Night Football. And at the beginning of this game, you just saw the stats there for Chad. He was 0-4. He's perfect since. He's 10 for 10. But that Hamilton defense, I mean, we wondered what Chris Jones would come out with. I think we can all agree they're probably going to adjust the rushing three. They have to make an adjustment on that. But their strategy at the beginning of the game was quite good, Coach.
Yeah, Chad was definitely confused. He had no yards passing in the first, no completions in the first quarter. And what they did was rush three. Now, Chris Jones comes from Don Matthews' philosophy that they will not continue to run the ball.
Oh, I thought you're going
to see three deep, and they're playing zone. It really turns into 5 guys deep, 4 guys under. There are not a lot of holes there. Same thing here, 3-man rush. Again, it's 5 deep, 4 under, and they're in a zone. Now, on this next one, you're going to see them, they're going to take and they're going to have one guy shadow Chad, and he'll make him throw the ball. See the 4th guy up front, but they're playing man behind it. So he's seen zone, but guys back playing zone. Now it's man. He's confused. He throws the interception. Again, that's what Chris Jones does. He gives you a look, and you think you're getting one thing, and really you're getting something else.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to rush 3, I get the thought process. And it worked in the first quarter there. But if you rush 3, my math says drop 9. Well, it's fine to drop 9 and have all those guys in coverage, but when the guy has 10 seconds to throw the ball, that's the issue, and you can't stop that. And that's what we saw as the game moved on, is Chad, because Chad's a really good athlete. Any really good athletes that you put back there and rush 3 against, Jim, I don't know your thought process on that, but I don't think it works against good athletes because you know they can buy that time. And Chad, you rush 3, you got all those guys in coverage, but I know as a DB, I don't care if I have all those guys back there. If I have to cover a guy, even if there's 2 of us on you for 9 seconds, you're going to get open. You saw that pass for the second down earlier. You saw the touchdown there. And then again, right before the half, rush 3. Look at all those lanes. So, yeah, there's 3 guys where the ball's thrown, but Chad's moving around, waiting until someone gets open and drop it in there. It's again, it works. I think you're in agreement. That works if he's unsure of the coverage on the back end. He's holding it. But if he's rushing 3, he knows exactly what's on the back end. That's not going to work with Chad.
Good first half, as you guys spoke of, and the big reason is the quarterback play. And when you have 2 quarterbacks of these guys' caliber, this is what you expect. You talked about Chad Kelly making plays. Yeah, he started off slow, but he finished up strong. And, of course, this guy, Bo Levi Mitchell, who we know he loves to throw the ball down the field. And if you give him that time, he's going to make it happen. First half, this guy has been Keandre Smith, who's having a great first half. We know how much energy he plays with. So excited for them.
I love that, dude. I love Keandre.
Everyone getting involved. This is what you want to see when you have 2 quarterbacks like this, them throwing it down the field. Yes, I know sometimes people want to see a defensive battle, but that's not what we want to see. We want to see exciting game, guys throwing touchdown, receivers making plays, and scoring points. So good first half. Let's hope we have an even better second half.
The thing about Bo, what I noticed in the pocket in the first half is he has found complete confidence offense because
no doubt.
And when the rush is coming at him,
he's just stepping up.
He's stepping up, but he's not even paying attention to the rush. He's just looking right downfield. Where am I going? He's not even looking at the rush around him. And with his touch and his accuracy on his deep balls,
that's having trust in that offensive line.
If he's playing that way too, I mean, there's a possibility the postseason. I mean, they're looking at that crossover right now. They're looking at the Saskatchewan Roughriders, and look, it's been fun watching them over the last few weeks. Speaking of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, oh boy, it has not been great so far. Lately, it started out great, not so much now. Paul LaPolice with Coach's Playbook coming up next.
Who becomes a meal? It's time to get your shield. The weapon you gon' wield. That's what's become alive. When we feel the steel. Life is in a balance. Fate is getting sealed. We can feel a kneel. This is not a drill. It all comes down to this. It's the battlefield.
Friday night football tonight. It is the second half of our doubleheader tonight. 2 teams desperately looking for wins. The Saskatchewan Roughriders in Calgary to take on the Stampeders. You can see that TSN 3 beginning at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. The Riders 0-6-1 in their last 7 games. With more on what's gone wrong, Paul LaPolice with Coach's Playbook.
I went through and looked at the stats and everything. Oh, what's going wrong with this football team? There's stats you can make up. The biggest thing is they're not playing complementary football. And you hear that term a lot. What does that mean? Well, it means every side of the ball, offense, defense, special teams, doing what they need to do. But sometimes it's just like one group does great, the other team don't screw it up. The other unit don't screw it up. Here's a big stat. Turnover margin. They've lost 3 games where they've won the turnover margin, and that's normally never happens. Here's Ottawa. They finished +1 in the turnover margin. They had 5 takeaways in this football game. Incredible to have 5 takeaways, but unfortunately they gave it away 4 times. So when they had 4 turnovers, that puts in a position where they finish with the tie game. Montreal, they finished +2 in turnover margin, which you normally win. The offense put 24 points up. They were in position for 4 field goals, but they missed 4 field goals and had one of them returned for a touchdown, which led to a loss by 3 points. And in Toronto, again, they finished +2 in turnover margin in this last Toronto game. But what happens? They have 9 stops at the 1-yard line. That's incredible. But offense had a pick 6. Offense threw a pick right before the half to give up points. And then they struggled at the end of the game. They couldn't get a first down. That put Liam Haralahu and the Argos with a single to miss for the 1-point loss. So they've just got to be better at their complementary football. Each side's got to make sure they help each other. Now, Rider fans, relax. I love a couple of things this team do. They stop the run. They sack the quarterback. They lead the CFL in takeaways. They've just got to do things better complementary, and they've got a veteran quarterback. I expect them to win down the stretch. So they just got to play better complementary football. No different than television, Kate. Lapo at the big board, complimenting this incredible panel we have tonight.
Oh, wow. I mean, who paid him? Did anyone pay him to say that? Jim, was that you?
Yeah.
Yes, checks in the mail.
Just a bag of peanuts. It doesn't say much.
Pay me off.
And the Argos lead the Tiger Cats 18-14. Hamilton's touchdown scored by Giovanni Robinson, one of his 2 catches. The other one, nice little hurdle. Here he is with Matthew.
Giovanni, I know you ran track as a kid. Have you been waiting to bust out that hurdle there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I'm just super excited to be here. Just want to celebrate with my teammates. I decided to, give a basketball dunk at the other end after my touchdown,
Your excitement is infectious, but you're also learning this offense and growing into it. How comfortable are you to a point where in a game like this how close it is that you can help affect the outcome?
I've worked throughout the entire training camp to get to where I'm at right now. Coach did a great job of getting me settled in. Great teammates as well, coaches. So now I think I'm almost 100% assimilated into the offense.
Thank you, Giovanni.
Thank you.
Along with Matthew Rodsmith and Dwayne Ford for this one, second half about to begin. The Ticats looked like they had a touchdown to Keandre Smith. That was negated by a penalty, so they settled for 3. They got it within 4. Second half begins on the shorter kickoff. And it's Lawrence Woods on the return up to around the 33. So here's Bo Levi Mitchell coming back on. A look at his first half.
Yeah, and some flashes. Throwing deep balls. Keandre Smith obviously busy in that first half. Giovanni Robinson, who you just heard, with a couple of big catches as well.
And the Ticats begin this second half down by 4, and essentially a must-win game handing off. James Butler goes to the left and doesn't have much there. Pickup of about a yard, second and long coming up. Mitchell 13 of 18 for 165, and that touchdown pass, no picks. The leading passer has been for much of the season in the Canadian Football League.
Yeah, and it's interesting talking to Bo a little bit about that this week. The fact that, as he said, a lot of those years in Calgary, as successful as we were, we didn't necessarily throw for a ton of yards. So this is a little bit different for him in terms of the individual numbers.
Deep look down the rail to the right. McFadden to break that one up on that second down and long, and so 2 and out for the Ticats. They'll have to kick it away.
Tavares McFadden, veteran corner, and Royce Metier doing a terrific job from his safety spot, getting all the way out to the sideline to provide some support on that one. The ball has to be thrown to the outside. He can't Mitchell can't lead him down the seam because Metier is there to take that away.
So Nick Constantino in. David Unger, the ex-Ticat, will be back for this return. He's on the run to the left at about the 35. And gets it across the 45. For Chad Kelly here. The offense to come on with this man too, running back Kadeem Carey, who had 7 carries for 65 yards and a longest of 20 in the first half.
Yeah, a lot of success for Kadeem Carey. You can do the math. That's over 9 yards a pop for the Argos starting running back. He's also had great support from Deontay McMahon and Daniel Adeboboye in that ground game in the first half. The Argos use that to soften up the Ticat D a little bit.
Argos ran for 93 as a team in that first half compared to just 28 for Hamilton. And running again, it's Dan Adeboboye. The third-year Argo gets it across the 50, a little bit closer to midfield. Pick up a 4, 2nd and 6 coming up. Chad Kelly in his 5th start of the season came back a month ago against Saskatchewan. 2-2 record as a starter this year with the Argos. On the second down, it is caught. It is a first down. It's the first catch of the game for Tommy Neild across midfield and into the Ticat zone.
Yeah, and this is nice recognition and execution between Kelly and Neild. The receiver knows what he needs for the first down. Defense backed off a little bit. He just sat it down. He was sitting open there for several seconds before Kelly got to him in his progression.
Tommy Neild, his 4th year out of McMaster. Down to the Hamilton 51. Little toss in the sweep. And it is Unger. Picks up 3-4 more yards. And Stavros Katsantonis, who had a big interception in the first half to help set up the Ticats touchdown in on that play.
Yeah, Katsantonis coming downhill from his safety spot here. Make the play on his former teammate Unger.
Call it a gain of 3 and a 2nd and 7. Part 1 of this Friday night doubleheader here on TSN. Kelly flushed out, throws, caught. No, it's not. It's Coxie who thought he should have had it right there, which would have been a first down. Instead, it's a 3rd and 7. And the Argos are going to see John Haggerty, we hadn't seen tonight, on to punt it away.
And at a glance here, it looked like Coxie was trying to make a move to get away from the defender, knowing he had those 2 defenders converging on him, like he was going to step off that spot and make a move. But failed to secure that football first.
So now it's after 12 straight completions for Chad Kelly, and Haggerty with his first punt of the night, 2nd in the CFL in net punting yardage. And one of the best when it comes to placing teams deep, although this time it takes a hop back. And the late flag does come out. Demonte Coxie had a shot. The leading receiver, that would have been for a first down, but the ball hits the turf and now belongs to the Ticat offense. Riding that Tiger Cat. Oh my goodness. It's the Argonaut.
Scully. Is that his name?
Is it? In the 34. That's caught. Stephen Dunbar, flag coming out right after the catch, and what would put Hamilton up close to midfield.
Illegal contact. Toronto number 23. That penalty be declined. Result of the play is a first down.
So they take the yardage picked up by Dunbar, up 3 yards shy of midfield.
Benji Franklin draws the flag. We saw just a little bit of a grab on the receiver. Didn't really affect the play. Nice pickup for Hamilton.
For Dunbar with his second catch of the night. First down, Hamilton 52. He's screening it out to Butler. He's got some room. And another first down. Isaac Darkangelo takes him out of bounds, but into the Argo zone go the Ticats.
Yeah, nice execution on the screen here by the Tiger Cats. Keep an eye on that offensive line. Get their sets. Coulterwood Manzi. Brendan Rivenberg doing a nice job getting out in front. Leading their running back to a first down.
From the 47, faking to Butler. Looking deep. Has an open receiver. It is caught by Bridges. And he is reaching for the end zone. He's got the touchdown. Alertly breaking the plane to the goal line with the ball after that great catch. Shamar Bridges with his 5th touchdown of his rookie season.
And Bo Levi Mitchell recognizes this right away. Basically, as soon as Shamar Bridges has broken down the cushion, he's even with the defender. He'll be out to the right side of Mitchell. Out wide.
The previous play is under review by the command center.
And it looked like that right foot might have touched out of bounds just before he had a chance to reach that ball. Watch the right foot here. Yeah, hits the white stripe.
It was ruled a touchdown, but obviously they take a look at that. That'll be coming back, and a 1st and goal coming up here for Hamilton.
But nonetheless, a beautiful strike thrown by the Hamilton quarterback.
So as said, they took a look, called it a touchdown, but we assume Ticats will scrimmage inside the 5.
After review by the command center, the receiver stepped out with the ball at the 2-yard line. Big first down.
So nonetheless, they get close. Looking to take the lead again. Down by 4, but a 1st and goal coming up here at the 2.
Yeah, nice effort by Bridges as he knows his momentum's pulling him towards that sideline.
Third rushing touchdown for Andy Litre. Had one receiving last week on a pass from Bo Levi Mitchell.
And Shamar Bridges, the man who set it up. Talia Tagovailoa in at quarterback. Litre often the short yardage quarterback, this time lining up deep in the backfield to take the handoff. Straight ahead, goes in standing up.
For Andy Litre, 10th career rushing touchdown. Started his career in Calgary, later went to Edmonton and Ottawa, and now first year with the Cats. Mark Leggio up and through. And once again, Hamilton leading it by 3. Mitchell deep to the right. And a great catch by Bridges. Leading to that, the Litre touchdown. Another close game at BMO Field between these two teams, with Hamilton striking back thanks to this big play.
Yeah, Shamar Bridges gets in behind Benji Franklin down the sideline. Bo Levi Mitchell delivers a strike. Ante Litre punches it in from there.
And with that, he ties the Ticats franchise record along with Jalen Saunders, 76 catches for a first-year receiver. The rookie Shamar Bridges. And Litre got the touchdown. They marked it down at the 2, and 34 took it in. Said second straight week that he's found the end zone. So in the game, the Ticats View is a must-win. We've seen them take the lead again. It's been back and forth, and this night between these two Southern Ontario rivals. Argo ball. Deontay McMahon. And he's swarmed just outside the 30, so on comes Chad Kelly. Well, that Argo offense has responded well whenever Hamilton's taken back the lead. See what they have. That's Bo Levi Mitchell and Taylor Powell, who started several games for the Ticats last year with all the injuries, including one around this time of year, right in Week 16. The backup tonight. He briefly had the starter's job and then got hurt in his first start of the season, and it was like a reprieve for Mitchell, who got back in and has played very well since then. Dan Adebaboy is the ball carrier, and Dwayne Hendricks and Ryan Baker say nope. Second and long coming up.
Yeah, and response is important for Toronto here, particularly in the second half. We talked a little bit about Hamilton's success in their first two games against Toronto being the fact that they got out to big leads. Here, the Ticats weren't able to do that. Toronto has led at times, but Toronto wants to be able to run the ball. They don't want to be in a hole where they're forced away from the run game.
Second and 11, and they've got him. Chad Kelly is sacked. Dwayne Hendricks got a lot of sacks in double blue with the Argos. Ex-teammate of Kelly's, and he helps take him down to force a long third down, and John Haggerty back in.
Hendricks, the outside man on that one, loops inside. Coming back, working along with Mario Kendricks to get to Chad Kelly.
Kendricks just recently signed, added to that Ticat roster. It's Haggerty. Shorter punt, and it hits Quincy Mosier as the flag comes out. Right around midfield. The no yards coming up against the Argos. Hendricks coming in for the sack for Chris Jones and that Hamilton defense, and they've got the ball back, leading by 3. The Ticats don't have a great record, but Bo Levi Mitchell statistically has had a great season throwing the ball over nearly 4,000 yards. He's never led the CFL in passing yards. Let's go down to Matthew.
Yeah, when you take a look at the 2016, 17, and 18 season when Bo was leading the Stampeders to Grey Cup appearances and winning it in 18, it was Mike Riley who was leading the way, even though Bo Levi Mitchell was pushing high in the 4,000 and 5,000 yards. That's why it was interesting this week when he asked him about the sense of validation he would get if he actually led the league at the end of the season in passing yards. 6 weeks ago, we were talking about even if Bo Levi Mitchell would be leading the Ticats offense again. Remember that time in Montreal where he was taken out after the second series, but he says now as a Ticat, he feels so comfortable. He feels like he's actually understanding. He doesn't have to worry about all the details of everybody else. He can just focus on himself and be a leader. And when I asked him particularly what it would mean for him to lead the league in passing yards, it would be a sense for him that he has an impact on the league, even in his mid-30s, guys.
Thank you, Matthew. And he's on again in a 1st and 10 at the Argo. 51 to start this drive. They run it, James Butler. And he heads left, and he found a hole and a good burst as well as Butler picks up a quick first down.
James Butler making the most of his opportunity. Bo doing a nice job carrying out the fake in the boot out the backside, as that's going to limit the pursuit from the back end, keep the defense honest a little bit.
Butler back in after missing 4 games as Greg Bell has been the starting running back. From the Toronto 37 now. Play clock winding down. First down. Back to Butler. Finds another hole. And running well, too. Right through it. Down inside the 25. Back-to-back first downs on the carrying of James Butler.
Yeah, watch the work of the offensive line on this one. James Butler taking the handoff. Coulter Woodmansey pulling from the backside. Ticats getting their running game going. James Butler looking terrific in his return to the lineup.
his third catch of the night. Matthew talked to him about that memorable hurdle in the first. The other one was a short touchdown for the Ticats.
Yeah, a little success with the run game, so give him a run look, play action. Checks it down to his tight end, Robinson. It's a nice job getting what he can after the catch.
It's down to the Argo 13. Big possession, Hamilton. Needing to win this game. Leading it by 3. Past the midway point of the third quarter. And looking to sweep the season series against Toronto. Handing off Butler again, left side. Valerian Remilani the first to get a hold of him and get some help, but not before he gets it inside the 10. Another good pickup by Butler.
Good hard-nosed run there from Butler.
And suddenly the Ticats giving the Argos a taste of what they were serving back in the first quarter of that run. 2nd and 6. After 4 more by Butler, gets it to the Argo 9. Ticats looking to go up 2 scores.
Timeout, Hamilton, their first.
And an important one. Scott Milanovich, the head coach of the Tiger Cats, and a timeout called.
And this field position, obviously they want to make sure they don't make any mistakes, get exactly what they want against the defensive look they expect. You see James Butler's.
I love the form of the Butlers.
Yes.
With the towel carefully placed.
Buying fully into the role.
We've seen this natural grass at BMO, very slick on the night. Seen a few players slide and bring out that cleat cleaner. Make sure the footing is sound. Under 5 minutes to go until three-quarter time. The team is not led by more than 1 score, 1 possession in this game. Hamilton trying to change that right here. 2nd and 6. Mitchell down near the goal line. It's caught. Bridges is down, but it will be a 1st and goal coming up here for the Ticats.
Yeah, enough for a first down. Big catch there for Shamar Bridges, who's been a go-to guy on 2nd downs throughout the season.
And with that, Bridges now had more catches than any other Ticat receiver has had in their first year with the team. Passes Jalen Saunders, 77th catch of the season. There we go, 1st and goal. The Argo 2. Andy Litre at quarterback for short yardage. He has a touchdown to Ray tonight. Trying for another one. And there's a blue wall greeting him there. And he did not get it.
Big stand here from the Argo D-line. So McManus trying to come over the top on that one. Jack Cassar, special teams stalwart, getting in on the short yardage play. Local guy from Mississauga, Lord Park Secondary. By way of Carleton University, Tyson Hergott from Waterloo also in on the play.
Try again. 2nd and goal. Still no signal. Does this come down to a 3rd for Litre and the Ticats? When McManus fired up in his first game back for the Argos.
So Hamilton going from the short yardage offense, as you see a little trouble on the exchange. Good recovery.
He really lost it.
Yeah, Litre stays with it. But Bo Levi Mitchell and his receivers back in the ball game.
Litre and the Ticats happy to just get another shot at getting this touchdown. Nearly lost it there. Tension builds from Milanovich to the Ticats.
Well, no secrets here. 6-0 lineman in the game for Hamilton.
There we go.
Yeah, unbalanced line look. I wonder.
Offside, Toronto defensive line.
Wow.
Ball replaced at the 1 yard line. It'll be first down.
So 3 more cracks all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think Toronto got a little anxious when they saw the look offensively. If you see that hand bottom right corner of your screen. To offside by alignment rather than early movement. Negates a big defensive stop.
You talked about they tried to trick him with the unbalanced line. Used to Litre taking short yardage. He was right in there. And that unbalanced line, it was Mitchell in to take the snap on the toss. But fortunately for the Ticats, they're going to get another crack at this. 3 more. Tagovailoa is in at quarterback and hands off. And no. Stuffed again. Litre again, the one to try it. That Argo defense really stiffening up near the red zone.
Well, good recovery after being hurt by the penalty on their last stop. Argo defense steps up again here. Ball handed off very deep in the backfield. Just too much penetration allowed up front on that one.
Talia Tagovailoa still in at quarterback at a shotgun. They get pushed back. It's a 2nd and goal from the 2. Handing off. Litre again. Denied again. Ralph Hawley. And they are not getting closer. And another 3rd and goal is coming up.
And it's going to be the field goal team. Tiger Cats need the points.
So Leggio is coming on. They're not going to chance again.
Yeah, they got pushed back. They're at the 3-yard line here.
They lead by 3. A chance to at least make it a 6-point lead.
It's a huge stand for the Argos as we talk about staying within a score.
Is it ever? Denied it 3 times, and then a couple more times after the penalty, Leggio does put it through. So Hamilton increases its lead. But it's the Argo defense that can get some satisfaction out of that, keeping them out of the end zone. What a stand by the double blue. Tiger Cats leading by 6.
A great opportunity squandered by the Hamilton Tiger Cats, or maybe squashed by the Toronto Argonauts defense. 4 straight shots for Ante Litre from in close. The Toronto defense with no misdirection, no real element of surprise there. Argo defense was all over them, focusing, owning in on 34.
So the Argos go to Kelly quickly. He gets it to Tommy Neal, who just keeps on his feet, and he keeps chugging, and he gets it up over midfield. The tired Argo defense getting a much-deserved break.
Yeah, after the drive that ate up about half of that 3rd quarter. On the field for a long time, but they did not break. Holding the Tiger Cats to a field goal, keeping within 6.
Last play, 3rd quarter. It is caught Tavares Daniels, who on that first down gets it inside the Ticat 50 and a 2nd down, and about 4 is coming up here for the Argos, looking to improve to 8-6, looking to salvage a game of the season series and essentially put the Ticats out of the East Division playoff race. But Hamilton has the lead, not by as much as they think they should have, but they head to the 4th, up by 6. Heading into the final quarter, the Ticats have the lead 24-18. Still up a score, could have been more, and that's looming as a big story as we head into the final 15 minutes.
Yeah, it sure is. Great opportunity for the Hamilton Tiger Cats with a number of cracks from the 1-yard line. Couldn't get it done. A huge stand by the Toronto Argonaut defense. Give them some credit for their recognition. They kind of knew what was coming. They were prepared for it, and they made the plays.
And the Argos defense still getting a rest after all those plays because of the penalty, the offside penalty extending it. So it stopped them 3 times, and then they had to stop them twice more before Scott Milanovic said enough is enough. Let's get the 3, and they do. With Chad Kelly and the Argos offense on the field in the Ticat zone to start the 4th. Handing off his way. And the running play, it's Dan Adeboboye, the ball carrier. 3 running backs all getting work for the Argos on the night. And that picks up a first down, Toronto.
Adeboboye in the game there. You see Deontay McMahon on the sidelines. Obviously, Kadeem Carey getting the bulk of the work. The Argos starting running back.
From the Hamilton 42. Another running play. Heading to the left. Adeboboye again. Mentioning all the action he got last year with injuries to Andrew Harris and A.J. Ouellette as well late in the season after the Argos, especially after they had clinched first place. Adeboboye got a lot of experience running the ball.
Yeah, a terrific season for Daniel Adeboboye. Averaged 7 yards a crack on 41 carries.
Second down. Kelly pulls it back and then throws to the left. And out of bounds. Intended for Coxie. He initially looked to the right and pulled the football down. So it'll be a 3rd down coming up here for Toronto. About 3 yards to go. With Liram Hairolau coming on. We'll see if he can get it back to a 3-point game. 1 for 2 in the night. Made the one from 49. This one will be put down by Haggerty at the 43. Hairolau is good. 4th quarter. Chad Kelly and the Argos, they get 3 points closer as the Ticats offense is back on. It is 24-21 Hamilton. If the Ticats can hang on and win, it'll be 3 victories in 3 games against the Argos, but more importantly, it would get them back to within 4 points of Toronto for 3rd place in the East. From the Hamilton 40. Mitchell with time. Off to the right and a little bit low coming back to the ball. It is incomplete. Intended there for Keandre Smith.
Nice pattern over on that side of the field. Smith is just going to bend it out. Stephen Dunbar works to the inside. Timing route throw is just a little bit short. Deshaun Amos supplying tight coverage.
Litre is the running back. Smith in motion to the left. 4 receivers out there. Mitchell looking that way. Intercepted. Flag is down. And Benji Franklin selling it like he did catch that ball. So a lot going on in that play as the ball had sailed high of the intended receiver.
Pass interference. Toronto number 1. Spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
All for naught. Former Tigat Tunde Adeleke is flagged for PI.
I want you to see the job that running back Ante Litre does here to help clean up. As Jordan Murray, the right tackle, is having trouble with footing on that field. He blows a tire as Arimulade goes to the inside. Litre cleans it up, allowing Mitchell to throw the pass, leading to this flag and a big chunk of yards for the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Adeleke, after several years with Hamilton, signing on as a free agent with the Argos this year. And here comes Butler, right side. And James Butler working it down to the 45 in that first down play. Adeleke has started his career with the Calgary Stampeders.
Had a terrific run in Hamilton, demonstrated his versatility. Obviously tremendous at safety, but also started a number of games at halfback when they had some injury issues as well. Carleton University product.
2nd and 4, the Argo 45. 3-point game. Mitchell. Short one off to the right to Butler inside the 40. That is enough for another Hamilton first down.
decision for Mitchell to quickly take that check down to the back in the flat, giving him an opportunity before the defender could close to pick up enough to get that first down.
Last game of the regular season series between the Argos and the Ticats. Hamilton won by 3 back in week 7 at Tim Hortons Field, and again on Labor Day Monday, hanging on to win that one by 3. Leading by 3 here, fourth quarter. Again, swinging it out to Butler. He spins, he's hit by Wynton McManus after picking up about 5 more yards on that play.
Pretty good collision here after Butler spins off the first one. This is out of the frying pan into the fire, so to speak, with Wynton McManus bearing down.
They mark his progress for a 7-yard pickup, so it's a 2nd and 3 at the Argo 33. McManus on his 30th birthday, and back after a lot of time away, injured. That Argo defense. Faking the Butler, dumping it quickly, looking for that first down yardage for Tim White, and he has it. Sticks move. Hamilton keeps going.
Well, the Hamilton Tiger Cats offensive line has allowed the fewest sacks in the Canadian Football League. Gets it blocked up here. White out wide on this one, just curling into the hole in the middle. Knows where the first down marker is. Bo takes what they give him to move the sticks.
Under 10 minutes, fourth quarter here at BMO Field in Toronto. Down to the Argo 28. Mitchell under pressure, steps up, takes off. And Mitchell gets down just shy of the 15. Another first down, Hamilton, on the legs of Bo Levi Mitchell.
Lemonade from lemons here as this one looks a little convoluted in the backfield. Bo Levi Mitchell turns it into another Hamilton first down as he channels his younger self.
Third straight trip to the red zone for the Ticats. And Mitchell, another carry, now has 17 on the night after that pickup of 11. Right down to the Argo 14. Mitchell, pressure comes. Fraser Sopik coming in. Ex-teammate from their Calgary days. And a big quarterback sack for the Argos and Sopik.
Fraser Sopik tucked in behind, and watch here, the back gets eaten up helping out with one of the linemen on their block, so he's no longer available to take the linebacker, giving Sopik a free run at Bo Levi Mitchell for the sack.
Sopik also the former Ticat, his first year with the Argos, going from the Stampeders to Hamilton. 2nd and 18, and that loss. More pressure. The screen. Butler inside the 20. And he is taken down. Still shy of the original line of scrimmage. So a field goal situation is coming up here for the Hamilton Tiger Cats to see if they can open it back up to 6. So they drive well, but still can't make it a 2-possession game. Constantino put this one down around the 25-yard line for Leggio, who's been perfect on the night. Once again, we got a 6-point game. Mitchell and the Ticats moving. Now they need to hang on halfway through the fourth. Friday Night Football doubleheader. Jake Mayer, Calgary Stampeders hosting the Saskatchewan Roughriders and Trevor Harris. Both of these teams desperately needing another victory. Stampeders last in the West. The Riders started 5-1, 6-1 since then. Calgary coming off a tie against the Montreal Alouettes. The race in the West is so tight.
How tight is it?
Well, if Calgary wins, I think top and bottom would be separated by 3 points, Dwayne, 4. Chad Kelly. Daniels. Katzentonis tries to punch it out. The Argos with one big play have a first and goal, knocking at the door again.
That had 2023 written all over it. Chad Kelly throwing bombs to Tavares Daniels over the top. In behind coverage for a massive gain, setting the Argos up inside the 5-yard line.
Tavares Daniels. See Katzentonis late. See him, he could punch that ball out, but 4 catches, 118 yards for Daniels. On the ground. 3-2-1. They get a little bit closer in that first and goal. Second down coming up. Dan Adebaboye, the ball carrier for Toronto. They get a touchdown and a point after. They can take the lead.
And this game in which Hamilton has put together a couple of long drives here in the second half. To come away with just field goals, and the Argos looking to make quick work on their possession.
Here's Kelly. The taking in for his second touchdown of the night. The Ticats needed a goal line stand, but they don't get one. And the Argos are a point after try away from retaking the lead.
Kelly to Daniels sets it up. Here it's Kelly on the QB sneak, just sliding in behind his right tackle, Deshaun Allen, for the major. Now, the only downside of this when you're the Toronto Argonauts, your defense has been on the field a whole bunch in the second half of this game. And you're never going to turn your nose up at a touchdown, but you didn't give them much rest.
It was a big play. Very quick. Just a minute and a half. 1:33 taken off the clock. That's it. Thanks to that. 66 yards to Tavares Daniels and Chad Kelly scoring his second touchdown of the night. Argos lead. Saw a lot of this from the Argos last year, Dwayne, how they could quickly work their way down the field. One big play to Tavares Daniels.
Yeah, and a huge one. It's almost as if the Hamilton Tiger Cats were lulled to sleep by the pace that this game had taken on. Chad Kelly and Tavares Daniels kind of snapped them awake with that one. Kelly finishing it off with the plunge.
His second of the night and his 4th rushing touchdown since coming back this season. This is his 5th start, and that's Lawrence Woods. On the return, pushed out of bounds. Goalie by Mitchell. It's had another solid night, but the Ticats need more. They're down 1, over 5 minutes to go. There's Demetrius Maxey, the coach of the Argo defensive line that's been a big part of the story in this game. Let's go back to Matthew.
The best team to get the most sacks in the CFL, so I spoke to Coach Maxey this week about Jake Serezin and Florin Arugulade in particular, and about their leadership, because Maxey knew they'd be going up against David Beard and the most secure offensive line in the league in the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and Maxey pointed to David Beard in particular and how he just orchestrates that entire offensive line. And I spoke to Scott Milanovich, and he said, we go as David Beard goes. He sets our offensive line 1 point, 1 yard off. A lot of big minutes coming, guys.
Another big matchup coming here. Giovanni Robinson took a big hit from Robert Priester that hangs on to the ball and is calling for a headshot. A flag is out with Robinson down right at midfield.
Well, how about the growing role of Giovanni Robinson, the tight end in this offense?
Unnecessary roughness. Toronto number 19. 15 yards will be added on to the end of the run. First down.
Just a free release from his tight end spot right down the seam. Comes up with a huge catch. A bit of a tough one for Priester because he's already in motion coming in to get in on the play. Didn't lead with his head, but nonetheless a shot to Robinson's head. Officials not judging intent.
4 catches, 49 yards for Robinson. You tack on that penalty against Priester. They're down to the Argo 40 right away. That one intended for Bridges in traffic. Mojay's there, McFadden's there, goes incomplete. In the last 2 drives before this one for the Ticats, time of possession 13:40, nearly a quarter. This is to your point. The Argos last 2 possessions just 4 minutes.
Yeah, and ultimately all that matters is the score, which has the Argonauts leading. But you just wonder if there may be a little bit of an impact of that discrepancy in time of possession. The Argos defense may be being a little tired here down the stretch.
The CFL's leading passer, Bo Levi Mitchell, goes over 300 yards passing again tonight. 4.5 minutes, fourth quarter, throwing again. It's caught. Dunbar has it. After the catch, makes some good moves to break some tackles and work it down to close to the 25 of Toronto.
Watch how things clear out on the right side here for Stephen Dunbar. He's the widest man out on the this side.
Toronto. Timer, can we please put 4:22 on the clock?
You see the laser focus there of the veteran, Bo Levi Mitchell.
By the way, for Mitchell, his 45th career 300-yard game. And talking earlier about this, he's had big passing years before. He did with Calgary, but back then there was a guy by the name of Mike Riley. And believe it, no matter how many yards Bo threw for, there's always somebody thrown for more. But he leads the way in the CFL, and he has never finished first passing yards.
Has led in other passing categories, including things like passing touchdowns, just not in yards.
First down. It's at the 26 of Toronto. To that Argo timeout. Quick fake, quick pass. Gets caught. It's James Tuck, the fullback. Is it down around the 22. Take another 5 yards. Maybe a little less than that. Second down and long coming up.
Benji Franklin, boundary corner for the Toronto Argonauts. There's a guy who's proven to be a pretty quick study over the course of his first year in the CFL. To me, just becomes increasingly impactful from that spot as the season goes on.
James Tuck, who won a Grey Cup with the Alouettes last year. First year with Hamilton. 2nd and 7. That's caught. It was bobbled, but caught, secured by Brendan O'Leary-Orange, and that is enough for another Hamilton first down.
Yeah, and this is a nice second effort by O'Leary-Orange on a couple of counts. Bobbled ball, he's got to stay with it, despite the fact that the defenders are closing on him. And then recognizing, as you see him there, win the battle for the ball. Forcing his way upfield to move the sticks.
McManus there. That's some late drama. 3 minutes, 3:01. Now under 3. 1-point game. Hamilton down, but threatening here. Butler. And again, on that first down play, closer to the 10. Ticats knocking on the door. Emotional night. Mackay Pope so close for Hamilton earlier to find the end zone. Big first down. It's a second down coming up. Final minutes here in Toronto. Drama at BMO. But 3 minutes to go now. The warning coming out. That Argo defense in the last quarter bent but didn't break. They're being tested again. Did you look at the East Division standings? How big is this for Hamilton at 4-9? If they win, they can get to within 4 points of the Argos for third place. If they lose, they'd be 8 points back with 4 games to go. And despite winning the season series already, wouldn't mean much. It would just about secure a playoff spot for Toronto and make Hamilton's only hope of crossing over in the West slim as that be. 2nd and 5. Here we go. Mitchell steps up and then slides head first. Flag comes out. Didn't have first down. And a hold coming up against the Ticats.
Wondered if this one might have gone against the right guard. Coulterwood Manzi right in the middle of your screen.
Holding, Hamilton number 64. That penalty be declined. It'll be third down.
See Jake Seresnet try to fight to get back upfield as Mitchell scrambled, couldn't get off the block. That draws the flag.
Yeah, and Mitchell had slid still 3 yards shy of the first down, so that's why they declined. Instead of giving them another shot, forced them to kick the field goal. Leggio's 4 for 4. If he goes 5 for 5, Hamilton has a 2-point lead, but still plenty of time for the Argos to go back the other way. Still over 2 minutes to go. Out and down and kicked and good. So 5 for 5 is Leggio, and Hamilton is back in front. There's Calderwood Manzi, who got the holding penalty. It was declined, and it was the Ticats getting a field goal. But the situation, even though they lead, it's just by 2 points. And this is an Argo team that we have seen can work their way down the field a few different ways. Big plays we've seen, also long sustained drives, and even at this point, 2:10 on the clock. Liramairalahu, if it comes to that, has been in this situation before several times this season. That a couple of walk-off winners, one in overtime, and he also had a walk-off Rouge to win it against Saskatchewan. There's Hiralahu, the veteran, back in the CFL after 5 years away in the NFL, and he used to kick for the Ticats. The last time he was in the league, his last game before leaving for the NFL, was the Grey Cup in 2019 with Hamilton. Had kicked before that with the Argos. So we wonder if number 70 is going to have another chance at a walk-off winner for Toronto. But Ticat defense, want to have something to say about that off the kickoff. Kennedy McMahon has it across the 30, cuts it outside. A good return. McMahon, flags down. Flags are out, a couple of them, as McMahon got it up across the Argo 50.
Well, no doubt Tiger Cats relieved to see those penalty flags as they gave up way too much.
Holding, Toronto number 26. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, Brian Haralimana versus James Tuck on this one. And here you'll see the takedown at the end. The veteran Tuck maybe sell that one a little bit.
Whatever it takes, right?
That's it. Saved a big return at a time where they could not afford to give up a big return.
McMahon had it up near midfield. So 2:03 on the clock, and they're back in their 25. Kelly, pressure coming. Oh, Hendricks slipped, otherwise he would have had him. Instead, Kelly takes off, and he slides, and he has a first down.
And a flag that's going to give him a chunk more.
And draws a penalty as well. It'll quickly move the Argos up towards midfield.
Well, we've talked about the footing here. A number of players changing their footwear over the course of this game. There you saw Dwayne Hendricks with a shot at Chad Kelly in the backfield.
Major foul, roughing the quarterback. Hamilton. Hamilton, number 43.
Carthel Flowers Lloyd, 43, is the one that gets the penalty. And puts them all the way up to their 51. Still plenty of time, 1:53. Just need to get in field goal range. And it is caught. down to around the Hamilton 45. And a first down, Toronto.
Well, Lirim Hajrullahu comes in to this game perfect from 50-plus, 2 for 2. His season long is 51, career long is 56. So they're already in range, theoretically, but no doubt would like to up their odds and milk some time off the clock here as well.
Still plenty of time. 146. See how the Argos handle this. Just about in field goal range now. That's high. And that's intended for Richie Sindani as it falls incomplete.
Dangerous one there with the tipped ball. It goes a little bit high off the fingertips of Sindani.
Right now, we'd be talking about a 54-yard try for Hajrullahu. The Hamilton 47. 2nd and 10. Big down. Kelly left. Coaxey out of bounds. And another first down. And they are definitely in, at the very least, field goal range to win it.
Yeah, huge completion there. Kelly to Coaxey. We've discussed and seen the chemistry between these two guys over the last couple of years. Nice route there from Coaxey with a little quick swim to come back to that football.
They'll keep working it down, keep taking time off the clock, and they go to the ground. He slips. Very slick surface, as we've seen several players slip, but it's enough for another first down on the ground as they approach the Ticat 20.
Yeah, nice little misdirection type play there with Kelly following through on the run fake. Excuse me, the pass fake. An injured Tiger Cat. Back at the line of scrimmage.
That's Trevon Mason, who is down. Coming up, part 2 of our Friday night doubleheader in Calgary. Stampeders and Saskatchewan Roughriders. Just another huge game.
Timer reset the clock to 1:30.
A lot of players slipping. Let's get an update now from Matthew.
Yeah, all game. If you're looking at this field, Rod, it is very chewed up. Toronto FC played on here 2 nights ago, and both teams have been switching footwear all night, and maybe crucially with Lirim Hajrullahu getting closer to a very, very big kick. The Toronto Argonauts equipment staff just cleaned the dirt and all the grass out of his plant leg on his left foot, guys.
Very important in this situation, especially, Matthew, for Hajrullahu as he looks on. But, yeah, we've talked about it all night, how slick it's been.
Yeah, we've seen a number of guys go down, and even watching the sidelines. As mentioned, a number of players changing footwear over the course of this ball game.
He knows this situation well. This season alone, in week 3 against Edmonton, called upon to kick a walk-off winner. And against Winnipeg on this very field, it went to overtime and had a chance to win it with a walk-off field goal, and he did. And a month ago, as Mason heads off, a month ago for Hajrullahu, lining up to win it against Saskatchewan, he missed to the left. But a much talked about moment after that, it went for the Rouge in the last play of the game. It didn't matter. They got the single point. They won over the Riders by 1.
Yeah, if you're going to miss hard.
In this case, of course, the Rouge is no good if it comes down to a Hajrullahu try. And we still got lots of time here and a first down for the Argos. But if it does, Rouge wouldn't be enough. 1:14. And Kelly slips, regains his footing. A little too far for Daniels. He had him wide open, but he had to quickly get rid of the ball after he regained his feet. He'd nearly fallen down in the backfield.
Yeah, there's a great recovery from Kelly, but there you see the footing expecting the Argo quarterback. Had Daniels rush the throw, he was trying to get it to him. But fortunate overthrow for the Tiger Cats.
and 10. Hamilton 22, 107 on the clock. Kelly unloads to the end zone again. The receiver falls and a flag comes out. Mackay Polk and the Ticats are livid. Sunderland, Richard Leonard.
Yeah, I would contend that the argument here from the Tiger Cats is going to be that Polk slipped on his own.
Pass interference. Hamilton, number 23. Foul curled in goal. Ball will be placed at the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
Keep an eye on Polk as he tries to break out in the end zone to get to this ball. I think he just lost his footing on his own here, not as a result of any contact with Richard Leonard.
And an understandable challenge flag is coming out here. Polk ran into Leonard and then slipped.
Well, and you watch how far away the ball is as well.
Hamilton is challenging the call of pass interference. They believe it's not pass interference. We'll review the play.
Scott Milanovic currently well down the field talking to some of his defensive players.
Let's have another look at this. It was Dave Foxcroft, by the way, in the command center. Kelly for Polk.
Yeah, and here you see, like, yeah, so little contact, and I would contend sort of initiated by Polk putting out his hand what little contact there was.
As I said, it was more Polk running into Leonard and then falling down. So challenged by Scott Milanovic, still precarious for the Ticats with the Argos in field goal position. Here's the decision from the command center.
After review by the command center, there is no defensive pass interference. The third down.
However, a third down, we're not talking about a walk-off situation here. There would still be time on the clock, but Hyra Lau was able to come on and attempt a field goal that would put the Argos in front by a point. As mentioned, he's been used to these late game dramatics before this season. 2 for 3. Both of the ones made outside 40. This one would be inside the 30, put down by John Haggerty. There's still a minute to go, though. We're talking about, if he makes it, a 1-point difference, Hamilton down, but a full minute on the clock. Not over yet.
And given the footing challenges, keep a close eye on his left foot, his plant foot here.
Matthew had mentioned they made sure they wanted to keep that plant foot nice and clean. Haggerty down. Hyra through. Argos lead. Under a minute to go here at BMO Field. Toronto goes up 31-30.
A smooth special teams operation there. The Toronto Argonauts, Adam Guillemette, long snapper. To John Haggerty, the holder. Liram Hyralahu strokes it through.
One of many clutch kicks, shorter yardage than it is, but for Hyralau, with all these late game situations he's been thrown into. Started his career with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers before moving on to Hamilton and back in the CFL. Born in Kosovo and moved as a child to St. Catharines, Ontario, went to Western. So we look ahead now to Mark Leggio, who, by the way, also started his career with Winnipeg and played collegiately at Western. And Mark Leggio may soon be the focus, longest of 55. And Hamilton will have time with the ball, see if they can get down for maybe a walk-off kick try for Leggio on the return. who are all but eliminated in the Eastern playoffs, if they don't win this game.
Veteran Bo Levi Mitchell, 22 career game-winning drives. Mark Leggio hit a clutch field goal from 50-plus on Labor Day to secure the win for the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Cats hoping for a little deja vu here.
Quickly releases back in Royce Smith. Royce Metier takes him down just across the 40s. They quickly get up to the ball again. There's Leggio. Longest of 55 this season. Hamilton at the 41. Mitchell quickly again and caught it. That's Dunbar. Up close to the 50 and a first down. To go with a 55 yards, you're talking about having to get down to the Argo 48 for a chance at that distance. Quincy Mosier down on the field for the Argos. With 32 seconds on the clock.
Well, plenty of time to get within field goal range. Bearing in mind, though, the Leggio 55-yarder Labor Day with the wind. Right. We talk about that wind in Hamilton a lot. I would say, if anything here, maybe a slight breeze against him. So the Ticats will probably need to get a little bit closer to be within his range.
Cover linebacker Quincy Mosier, the injured Argo, still down in the field right at the Hamilton 50. So still some time before they resume. In his first year, former BC Lion, Mosier. As mentioned, in terms of what's at stake, actually, let's take another look at what happened here.
Yeah, they're looking at Mosier's left leg here, and just looked like as he comes in on the tackle, you see that left leg, that knee hyperextended. Mosier, versatile defender, nickel linebacker for the Argos, also played some free safety in this league. Gives them a lot of options on defense, they're able to move them around.
A reminder, the Riders and Stampeders at McMahon in Calgary are on TSN 3, and we will head there right after this game, part 2 of the Friday night doubleheader. But again, regarding what's at stake for Hamilton, if the Ticats don't win this game, the Argos would go up by 8 points with 4 games to go, and that means if Hamilton was to make the playoffs in the East, they would have to win the remaining 4, and they need the Argos to lose the remaining 4. That's how daunting it would be if they don't come back here. 32 seconds to go. East Division standings, and that's with Montreal playing at Ottawa tomorrow. Red Blacks coming off a loss in Hamilton last week. Montreal a tie in Calgary, so good to see Quincy Mosier is walking off the field. The injured Argo linebacker throws the helmet down in frustration. This game isn't over yet. Half minute to go. Hamilton trying to drive close enough for a Mark Leggio field goal. Quickly again and caught upfield is Bridges. Shamar Bridges has it. It'll be a 2nd and 5.
Timeout, Hamilton.
Timeout, Ticats. 23 seconds to go.
Yeah, Ticats have seen about 10-12 seconds come off the clock on each of their last couple of plays. They need to operate a little bit more quickly here, as they're probably going to need a couple. Toronto's not going to let anything over their heads. At least I'm sure that's the message. There's got to be a couple quick hitters here for the Hamilton Tigers.
third down coming up.
Yeah, this whole drive, they've kind of relied on those slants, Bridges, and Dunbar, with others clearing out in front of them to try and push coverage off a little bit. That one just off the mark, but it does momentarily get the clock stopped.
Just inside the 55. 3rd and 4. This is it. Could be it for Hamilton. First down, under 15. James Butler out of bounds with 13 seconds to go. And the bottom line is, it would be a very long field goal try. But with it at the 46, Leggio's hit them that far before.
Good play call, nice execution there for the Tiger Cats. The free releasing back to the flat. Coverage dropped off deep to that side.
Time to work it a little bit closer. Mitchell, at the 40. A little bit more for Bridges. 9 seconds on the clock. And with a second down, they would have time to work it a little bit closer yet. But no. See Constantinu coming on. And he is the punter.
Yeah, Leggio's out there.
And there's Leggio late to come out. And remember, too, and less relevant here because of the distance, even on a missed field goal, the Argos would have to get it out of the end zone or else Hamilton could tie the game. But we're talking a long try here. But 47 yards. Mark Leggio. It's accurate. It's good. And the Ticats move ahead. The Ticats storming the field in a walk-off winner for Mark Leggio.
A clutch kick for Mark Leggio. A clutch drive put together by Bo Mitchell. Complete a great back and forth East Division playoff battle.
The Ticats on a walk-off winner sweep the season series against Toronto, but more importantly, they stay alive in that Eastern race to get to within 4 points of the Argos, still with 4 games to go. Third straight victory for the Hamilton Tiger Cats and Bo Levi Mitchell. On this slick surface. And a long kick for Leggio. Have a look here on the natural grass at BMO.
And he's got to drive this one. You can see a little bit of a slip. You saw the grass flying up. You can see his plant foot. A little bit of a slide, but hit that ball solidly to drive it through for the winning points.
Given the hero's treatment, up on the shoulders, Ticats kicker the hero on that last play, Mark Leggio. 47 yards. And Hamilton, despite giving up that lead late, come back and they get their 3rd straight win and their 5th of the season.
Well, the Hamilton Tiger Cats doing what they had to do in this ball game, faced with adversity throughout. Toronto Argonauts constantly supplying pressure, bouncing back everything Hamilton threw at them. But Bo Levi Mitchell, veteran presence down the stretch, leads that drive with under a minute to go, and Mark Leggio nails the winner.
For what it's worth, the Ticats in league standings go ahead of the Calgary Stampeders, who are taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Just pointing that out with the possibility of a crossover as well. Right now, a big win, Hamilton, to get within 4 of the Argos as we're about to head off to part 2 of the doubleheader as we head back to Cape Burnett.
And Rod, what an incredible game that was. A monster victory by the Hamilton Tiger Cats. On TSN 1, we're going to get you over to the Rough Riders and the Stampeders. That game currently 10-6. But here on TSN 4, we are going to get you over to SportsCenter with Jennifer Hedger and Glenn Suter.
What's up, Canada? Welcome inside Sports Center. Jen Hedger, Glenn Sheeler along with you. What a way to kick off Week 16 in the CFL by the leg of Mark Leggio. 6 field goals for the Ticats. This team will not say die. Their playoff hopes remain alive.
Yeah, they've got one of the best offenses in the CFL. Now, not a lot of touchdowns for the Tiger Cats in this one, but they had won 2 games heading into this. Bringing that momentum into this matchup against the Argonauts. We'll pick it up second quarter, 3-3, 2nd and 10. Chad Kelly runs it to his right, throws across his body, and is picked off by Stavros Katsantonis. It's returned to the 19-yard line. Kelly's 7th interception in his 5th game this season. He started this one with 4 straight incompletions. He's also taken down at the end of the play. Here we go on the ensuing drive. Bo Levi Mitchell to Giovanni Robinson, and he gets in for the score. Robinson's 2nd career CFL touchdown. He's also a former college basketball player. Dunks it through the uprights. What a celly. It's 10-3. Next Argos drive. Kelly fakes the throw. He's going to run it in himself. His 3rd rushing TD this season. And we've got a tie game 10-10. Then, with less than 2 to play in the first half, Kelly, with time, finds Makai Pope for the score. The 2nd straight week, these two have connected for a touchdown. And the Argos also converting the 2-point try. They lead it 18-14 at the half. 3rd quarter to go. 21-18 Ticats going for it on 3rd and goal. And Ante Litre is stopped short. The Argos, though, called for offside literally by a hand. That's going to give Hamilton a new set of downs. On 2nd and goal, Litre again. But it's another stop from the Argos D. Their 5th straight. They force the Ticats to settle for a field goal. We're going to go 4th quarter. Ticats are up 6. It's Kelly who throws deep for Davaris Daniels, and he catches it, makes the grab for 66 yards. That sets the Argos up inside the 5-yard line, and 2 plays later, Kelly keeps,
quick work,
and Kelly scores a 2nd rushing TD on the night. That gives the Argos a 1-point lead. After the teams traded field goals, Toronto's up 31-30. Hamilton at midfield, and it's Bo Levi Mitchell to find James Butler. That keeps the drive alive. Here it is, Mark Leggio, 47-yard field goal to win it, and he does. What a game for the Hamilton Ticats as they come back and beat the Argos 33-31 is the final. The Ticats' slim playoff hopes are still alive as Hamilton wins and goes to a perfect 3-0 against Toronto this season. It's their first season sweep against the Argos since 2019. Ticats also snap a 6-game losing streak at BMO Field. Bo Levi Mitchell continuing his dominance of the Boatmen. He improves to 15-2 against Toronto in his career. And in this game, his 23rd career drive to win the game. With more, let's go to Kate Burness and the panel.
Now, but we have to say first, the hill is still steep for you guys to get in the playoffs. But how much did you enjoy that moment, that drive? And I saw you after the game almost dabbing up every single Ticat you could. What did that win mean?
I mean, it means a lot to us as an organization, as a team, right? Proving we can come back there at the end. Defense making a critical.
Hey, MOP right here.
Critical, crucial stop, right? And then giving us a chance to really get down there and just make it happen. Like Scott putting the trust in us, guys making the right catches, right? Like I missed that last throw on 2nd and 5, and we had to go 3rd down. And JB, man, welcome back. Makes a 3rd down crucial play. It's good to have 9 back, and man, it feels good to get the win.
Where's the confidence of this team right now? You face the Lions next week, but at this moment, he had some long drives, putting points on the board, be able to have a game-winning drive. Where's the confidence at?
It's high, right? Like obviously we know what we did in the beginning of the season, and we're showing ourselves what we can be when we can play with anybody. You know, Toronto went out there and you know, put up a big game on BC. Ottawa put up a big game on Toronto the game before that, and you know, for us to beat those 3 teams now, 3 games in a row. Now we've got a chance to kind of do something to control ourselves, and I mean, a win like that just builds the confidence, gets guys just ready to go.
So often over this last year, I've asked you through injuries message do you think you just showed the league? This week you said this is the most comfortable you felt as a Tiger Cat. That after this win, what are you telling the league?
Oh, just hopefully just showing them who I am and who I've been, right? Like obviously there was a lull there, in a portion of the career, and it's something that I totally put on myself, post injury and whatnot. Feels good to get back, play some good football. It was like watching Aaron Rodgers last night, right? Like that hyped me up. Just watching him go out there and deal, and I just wanted to kind of come out here and play like him. And I might not have that arm or that swagger, but man, it's fun to come out here and play good football.
Congratulations, Bob.
Yeah, appreciate you.
All right, a live looking right now to Calgary. Riders and Stamps are in action on TSN 1 and 3. Calgary could leapfrog Edmonton in the West with a win tonight, but it is the Riders. We're currently up 10-6, very late in the first. And if you want to watch this game right now, it is on TSN 1 and 3. As promised, with more on the Argos game, we're going to have Cape Burness momentarily. There's no movement for the Argos, who still sit third in the East. They square off with the 10-2-1 Alouettes next week. Hamilton remaining last in the East, ahead of a Week 17 visit to BC to face the Leos. But as you know, a big win tonight over Toronto as they keep their slim playoff hopes alive. With more, let's go to our panel and Kate.
And thank you very much, Jennifer Hedger, and your co-worker this evening, Glenn Sheeler. I promise I know your name, Glenn. A lot of Glens on the network. The Glenn Suter is currently commentating the Calgary Stampeders and the Saskatchewan Roughriders. You know what, though? Let's get back to this game, because honestly, we were all sitting here watching this at the end when Leggio kicks the game-winning field goal, and we looked at each other and said that might have been the greatest game so far this season.
Great game.
JB, we can sit here and unpack so many different aspects of it. The quarterback play was amazing, the defenses, but just ultimately the importance for the Hamilton Tiger Cats to win that game and stay alive in this playoff race was awesome.
Well, without question, this was a must-win for them to have a chance at the playoffs. And the way that game came down, where Chad Kelly takes the Argos down on basically a game-winning drive to score with less than a minute, and boom, Bo Levi comes back and brings Hamilton back for a 48-yard field goal. Again, could Brian Dinwiddie have run some time off when they were down there? That's going to be questioned.
Yep.
Should he have run the ball? But again, it was a great football game. It's the way the CFL is supposed to be. You had great quarterback play on both sides.
Yep.
With games like that, I mean, what a great weekend this is.
You're not going to find a better 3 minutes of football. It's going to be tough to find a better 3 minutes of football than what we just saw. That was excellent. And for the last, you talk about Dinwiddie and the play calling, I thought they should have ran the ball. The reasoning is because all of us, when Hamilton got the ball, went down, they didn't score 7 the first time.
Right.
I thought, uh-oh, Toronto's go down and score. Then when Toronto didn't, I said, oh, they left
Hamilton's
too much time.
going down to score.
Too much time. I said, uh-oh, they're going to go score. So that tells you that we didn't think the defense could stop the offenses the way they were rolling, so you got to manage the clock. But, hey, I don't care who wins or loses. I just want to see a great game, and what an ending. I hadn't been here for a week or so. I come back and walk into that bad boy. That was great.
If you ever want to sell someone on why they should watch the CFL, this is the game you got to show right here. This was a special game. I didn't mean to say NFL. Sorry about that. This was a special game.
Not a swear word. It's okay.
By some special players and 2 special quarterbacks. And this is what happens when you have great quarterback play. Yes, I'm sure Chad Kelly would have liked to win the game, but both of these guys went out there and showcased their skills. It was at one point where a lot of people, including some of us up here, thought, well, Bo Levi Mitchell, his career is over with. But he's got his opportunity again. He's taking full advantage of it. It took some time for Chad Kelly to settle back in after being suspended, but you see now what he's able to do. So this was a great game to watch. Great victory for these Hamilton Tiger Cats, because as you mentioned, Coach, this was a must-win. Now their next game is a must-win. The next game after that is a must-win. But they're just taking one game at a time. They're getting it done. Yes, the conditions weren't the best, but we have some great athletes in this league, and it showed in this game today.
By the way, I'm so glad at the end of that game, Milt, that Leggio didn't miss the field goal.
Oh, my goodness.
And it being a rouge, so we didn't have to hear from you the entire week. I hate when you miss a field goal at the end of the game. And at least they wouldn't have won it, though. It just would have been a tie at this point.
That still would have been bad.
But as I said, so now this team is going to go and watch as well the Saskatchewan Roughriders. That crossover still in play, but a monster win by the Hamilton Tiger Cats. The playoff hopes remain alive as we send it back to SportsCenter.
Huge win for the Ticats tonight, thanks to Mark Leggio's 6 field goals. Here he is, new on SC.
Mark, it's your first walk-off game-winning field goal in the CFL. take us through the emotions before the kick and then the emotions after the kick when your team hoisted you on their shoulders.
Well, it's like my motto that me and my coach always used to say, like going 1 for 1. And I'm just glad that my team got to drive the field there at the end and get me into range to have a crack at winning the game. And, once I put it through, I'm still locked in. But then once it goes in, I was looking at my teammates running at me. I said, okay, here we go. Now that feeling's amazing.
The margins are so fine right now for your team. Did you feel that the moments before the kick?
We all knew what was at stake for this game, but me going onto the field, it's just like you're going out there doing your job like you do every day. So I try not to think about that stuff, and I'm just happy that we were able to get the win here tonight at BMO.
Scott Milanovich just spoke to the team. What's the message like knowing that you guys don't have a lot of margin for error right now going into next week against the Lions?
The biggest thing for us is just keep sticking together, working hard, and we know when we work hard like this and we're just working, it's going to go our way in the end, and we're just 3-0 and we want to keep it going right now.
And what does it mean to kickers? I've never gotten a chance to ask a kicker what that's like because you don't get a lot of control when those big guys grab you and they hoist you in the air. Yeah. Gravity is not your friend anymore. So take us through that. Do you guys actually enjoy that?
Yeah, I've never really gotten to be a part of that so much. Luckily I'm only a small guy. I'm not a 300-pounder, so I'm a little light for him. But it's awesome. Getting a different view when you're up high feels good to be tall. You know what I mean?
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, thank you so much.